Well, Happy New Year, Vinyl Community Earthlings and people from extraterrestrial places, wherever you are in the vinyl community. Happy New Year to you. And yes, you can see Patty's not with me here, so we're not launching the contest. This is not a contest launch video. That's been postponed to this coming weekend. We're either going to do that, integrate that into Friday or on Saturday. So yeah, there's enough vinyl tags floating around. There's lots of stuff for you to do out there. Plus, there's another new channel in town. It's a new guy. He calls his channel A is for Alice, B is for Bob. He was formerly known as ATWAS. That's an acronym in case you don't have enough of those things in your life at work. It's an acronym for All the World's a Stage. So that's Steve. He's back, Colton. You can see Colton is thrilled. He's staring into the screen saying, why are we looking at us? We should be looking at Steve. So yeah, here we are, Colton. So yeah, that's good news. But so Steve was kind enough to actually send me this shirt, as you can see, right? Yes, country music and beer. That's why I'm here, right? So speaking of, yeah, Embryonic Outlaw, waiting for his contest launch. We'll see. This shirt could be dedicated to him too, as well as Steve. Thank you for that. So yes, Happy New Year's. Cheers to you, Colton. As I said, not everybody wants to see your ass, right? So anyway. Yeah, where are we going here with this, Colton? Yes, Embryonic. So I don't know if his Outlaw channel's going into effect today, January 1st, the all classic country format, or he had another New Year's resolution. He kind of was floating around. He was going to start wearing only shirts with logos. So lots of stuff on him, patterns, no plain shirts, no plain hat, all logo. So he's going to be doing one of those two things. TMZ.com is anxiously awaiting so they can report on this breaking vinyl community celebrity news, so please stay tuned for that. I know, look at Colton. He's literally on the edge of his seat. So anyway, instead of the contest launch today, what am I going to do? So I just watched the video, one of the very first channels I ever watched. My friend Jonathan over at the Cheap and Cheerful Record Collector. He's up in Maine, Portland, to be precise. Actually, I had the pleasure of meeting Jonathan at a record show probably, I don't know, year and a half ago. I remember it was in the fall, up there in the North Shore of Boston. So it was really cool to meet him. And I met Brian, his sidekick from Shamrock and Records. So 2-for-1 deal that day, meeting those two cool guys. So maybe they'll come to Buffalo next July. I don't know, Colton, right? Anything could happen in 2025, right? Surely we'll be getting a house. That is our resolution, right? So anyway, yeah. So speaking of Jonathan, yeah, it's Friday. Friday cheers, Wednesday cheers. Who knows what day it is? When you get in this era, once New Year's is done, we can finally get back to a normal calendar. So I just watched one of Jonathan's recent videos, and he did his best blind buys of 2024. Well, I've done a few of those myself, so I thought, why not rip on that a bit and just do a thread, not a vinyl tag. This is just a simple thread. You can do it in 3 or 4 minutes, and it's 5 blind buys. And I don't care when you bought them. If you bought them when you were in high school in 1988, like I was, but all these were recent purchases actually. So these are all since I moved to Buffalo. So you've been watching my videos lately. You know, I've been doing a lot of shopping to fill up the apartment collection here. So anyway, we'll kick it off with some country. Speaking of Embryonic, we'll dedicate this one to him and to Steve for sending me this really awesome shirt. This was a recent one, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. So like I said, blind buy. I'm looking at the cover. It looked kind of like 80s, which it is. It's 1986 to be precise here. And I'm looking at it going, what's this all about? It looks kind of like new wavy. But no, I look who it is. And I look at the name, Janice Gill. And then I didn't recognize the name Christine Arnold. But as it turns out, Janice Gill here was formerly surname Arnold. But she was married to Vince Gill right at the time in Pure Prairie League. Down in Southern California. That's where they met. These two sisters were from Long Beach. I lived just down the street from them in Huntington Beach years ago. And yeah, so this one, I started looking at the personnel on it like you do with a blind buy. So I see the legendary Hank DeVito, of course, from the Hot Band with Emmylou Harris. He's playing slide guitar on this. Harry Stinson's on this. He's a friend of Marty Stewart now. Who else is on here? Some Billy Walker. And of course, Vince Gill's on here too. So pretty good stellar side band right there for these two sweethearts of the rodeo. I think they might have done one more after this and then called it quits. And then she called it quits with Vince Gill when they got a divorce 6 or 7 years later. And yeah, Sweethearts of the Rodeo. If you want to look up one on this one, there's a really good one on here. I don't know if it was a single, but it should have been. It's called Chains of Gold. Really good. And that's self-titled. Yeah, there we Oh, spinning around, Colton. You spin me round. Yeah, with the Sweethearts of the Rodeo on Columbia Records. Yeah, $3, and that's really, really listenable. I'd call that mid-80s kind of pop country, if you would, if that is a thing. All right, there's the Sweethearts over there. So here's one for Gary over at Physical Format. He likes the ladies, and this is a great lady right here of rock and roll. It's Ronnie Spector, the ex-wife of Phil Spector. She got out of that one unscathed, so and lived a long, natural life. But there she is in 1980. So, of course, originally from the Ronettes, who Phil Spector, of course, produced. This is her debut solo album. She became kind of a thing with the New York City crowd, like with the Ramones. Who else is on that? Well, she does a cover here of the Ramones, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, to kick this off. So this record almost, it sounds, and you recognize her voice right away. Of course, as, you know, Ronnie Spector. That's pretty cool on the inside there. But yeah, sounds like the first couple of Blondie albums. It's got that kind of new wave street cred to it. Yeah, should be a critic. Street cred. Then in here, this is really good buy. This is a $6 mint copy, right? So again, I bought this basic just on the name Spector. Who's that? Oh, Ronnie Spector. Yeah, the Ronettes. And then I got into it. So let's just look. Yeah, what am I going to show you the real data here? So yeah, all the credits on here. You had what's the band? Dead Boys guitarist on here. Cheetah Chrome plays on this. Who else is on here of note? The Diamond Dupree Band, whoever that is. So anyway, but it's kind of got that, you know, early 80s New York City, like CBGB's crowd kind of thing going on. And it's a really cool record. So this plays really great. It's like super power pop, kind of punky. And it's Ronnie Spector. To hear her in a different kind of sound other than the Ronettes like that, really, she kept her momentum going. But unfortunately, that was not a big hit. Certainly not like the Ronettes. This is one I've probably shown recently. I Like My Flamenco. And this is some guy named Manitas de Plata. He's a guy from Spain. And yeah, it's just a few instrumental pieces on here. And Olé, right? As it says, the title says here. So, and there's just the story about his biography on the back. The original Vanguard recording right here. This one from 1967. Manitas de Plata. Cool Vanguard label right there. And yeah, anyway, some flamenco. All right, for a hot summer night, which it isn't not right now in Buffalo, is it, Colton? Happy New Year's. Cheers. Let's go to the movies right here. This guy, Louis Lepke. This is another one I picked up recently. Just some ballroom reggae, nothing fancy. And again, this one was $6. Very good condition. Just really nice. Almost plays like background, like a movie soundtrack, like the title says. And on Gem Records. So anyway, yeah, some reggae action from my friend Embarrassment of Riches. Another guy I've become friends with in the vinyl community. Anybody I mentioned in this video, I'll leave links to their channels in the description so you can go and check them out. But Rich, he says he's coming up to the party in July. I don't know if he's bringing Mrs. Rich. But yeah, any of you out there that aren't solo, please bring your significant others, right? Can't have this sausage fest. We got to have some ladies. Jojo Gunn right here, a little psychedelic rock for you right here. Classic rock. Friends of David Geffen right there on the Asylum Records label. So this was two guys from the psych rock band called Spirit. I've shown this one before. It almost, like I said, the last time I showed this, looks like Inner Gatefold of an Allman Brothers album, and this guy kind of looks like David Coverdale's long-lost brother, separated at birth. This guy looks like your college professor, your English professor in 1974. So anyway, it plays just like it looks. It's just got that vibe of kind of psychedelic biker rock because it's 1972, and they just did this one, and there was a follow-up that was kind of shitty after this one, but this is a really solid listen. If you're an Allman Brothers fan, get down with some Jojo Gunn. And so for now, get down with 2025. All the best right here. And again, like I said, I'll be back with Patty Cheesecake, as you know her. And yeah, she'll wish you a belated Happy New Year. And we'll be doing that contest launch again. It's just going to be 10 questions, not all music related, kind of 50-50 split. There's some more little teasers for you. Going to keep it interesting, not your standard contest, right? So anyway, Colton will be there. Everybody's going to be there. Be there or be square, right? Don't be square, man. All right, next video. I'll see you there.